Hello, everyone. Welcome to OuchCouch. So, this would be episode 13, I think. And yes, what can I say? I think I have ranted about how things are pressing, how things are so difficult right now. And I think I can talk about it all day long because what else is there? But I also mentioned that I am taking French lessons. It's interesting. Um, I don't really want to talk about the lessons because I only practice the day I actually go to the classes. I mean, attend the classes. But the rest of the time, I barely get to really practice the things I learn. However, the interesting part is, how do I put it? The way we are being taught. So it's not just an instructor teaching us like phrases and things to say like je m'appelle, middle freak neo, comment tu t'appelles, and stuff like that. It's not, she also makes us interact, form teams, and sometimes very randomly, just so everyone in the team somehow interacts with everyone else. And most importantly, not just within the classroom, within the whole institution. So the institution is actually like a version of French Cultural Center, and it possibly has tied to the cultural wings of the French government or some nonprofit that's really prominent or something. So, and this is a very, very old organization, like almost centuries old. So they have this, like, within their premise, there is at least a 15-minute exercise every class where we'd have to go out and actually socialize with people outside the class and ask them questions in French and get the answers and come back and present those, which is, I mean, it's very, feels like so far it's only been a few classes, 3 4 I think. Next class will be the fourth one. So it's been a very fruitful exercise. I'd say this much because it's not just a lesson in learning a new language, but also a lesson in communication, which is something I could really use. And I'm saying that because of the pressing loneliness that's really bothering me right now than ever before. I think I have covered this subject before in various length and various reasons why I am quote unquote lonely, and the reason, as it is oftentimes explained by the quote unquote well wishers, is I chose to not conform to what is expected of me as a woman in this society. But I think what I demand from this world and from this life is very fair. And it's not my fault that you raise your men, your boys, in such manner that they're either arrogant pricks or they have to pretend being an arrogant prick, and even when they're not, to like survive the society. Like, I'm sorry, I say the word like so many times. For example, I'll tell you this. So I had a work meeting like 5 hours ago, where one of the people, like, we were discussing color themes, and royal purple came out, and how, like, why is purple such a royal shade of color. It was being discussed, and then at one point one of our coworkers said that he worked in a project with UN women, and they made like made him work with the color purple because that's the shade of quote unquote women empowerment, and that's why this is such a quote unquote so acceptable color theme to work with in websites right now because it's woke and it uh, passes the feminism filter. And um, I think you can notice the tone of sarcasm in my voice. I hope you do, because I am intentionally being very sarcastic and actually copying the sarcasm or attempting to copy the sarcasm of my colleague. So he was trying to pass this as something very light, a matter of very lightness. I mean, a matter of lightness and whatsoever. I don't think he even has seen my face. And here he is. I don't know how to say it. And this is the team where the majority of the engineers are women. And I am in lead position of a sub team. So yes, and imagine if that's the case. He's being so sarcastic about women's rights or human rights in his capacity, then how he is like when it comes to his life and wife. And in another meeting that was discussed too, like how women use their tears as superpower and stuff like that. And that kind of things get discussed in work meetings. So if you wanna say that not all men around you are bad, I do not accept your bloody logic. And if that makes me lonely, then I deserve better. But more on that later. It's not just about having a domestic partner. I I have to I'm entitled to have friends. I had friends and then pandemic happened and somehow all of them left this country and I didn't. I couldn't. Now I am that rat who was left behind while the other rats were taken away by Hamlin's Pied Piper. In the difference between me and those rats is bloody hell, those rats were bloody lucky, unlike me. Okay, I think I'm going a bit off track now, but the point is, with everything that are happening right now in personal life, in local and global politics and policy wise, I feel like I can't really take it all alone. And but I have to because I really don't have many people to share my fear and anxieties with. And another thing that um, really gets factored in here is all of my friends are living in time zones very, very different from mine. And I feel like I am inconveniencing them when I'm actually talking about the despairs I feel, and they have their own share of disappointments and horrifying realities to live with. So I think I have been talking a little too much about this. It's at this point as I'm recording this episode, I feel like I am really overdoing this, but at the same time, I'm only overdoing this because I'm really, really hurting right now and it has to get out. A good friend of mine, shout out to Subsequent Seer, he said something like, when it comes to ideas, it's better to write those down. It helps to regulate But when it comes to emotions or like pain, it's or like anxiety. Oh no, his context was about determination. Like if you are talking about something, you are more like to get things done. Yeah, that's what he said, I think. So yeah, it's better to get things out of your chest firmly, then there is a better likelihood of you of getting that done. Thank you for saying that, dude. I just remembered I almost misquoted you, but I also think it helps me better when I really talk about something that's bothering me, and that's why OuchCouch was born predominantly, and that's why it's here. That's why it made a bloody comeback, and yeah, that's why I'm recording for almost 11 bloody minutes. It's possibly gonna be a longer one, so sorry about that. I used to like put like warnings about uh, watch it in or listen to it on like w- more than like regular speed, just to not get not get sleepy and all. But now I don't think I even care, because I don't care if you listen to me or not. This is not for your listening, this is for my speaking. And here I am saying whatever is coming in my mind. And right now, what is in my mind purely is that I am feeling very alone, and I feel very bloody helpless. I'll like jump back on my feet. I'll get over this. I'll fix things myself, or maybe just temporarily. But I also had a minor anxiety attack like around an hour ago, which is triggered by like a compulsion. So that's why actually I'm doing this random thing to tell myself that it has nothing to do with what I just feared. It's just a normal human body reaction, and I have been drinking too much coffee, so it's only normal that this kind of reactions would happen to my body. So I should not read too much into it. And coincidences are very, very natural, very, very normal thing in this whole world, more normal than we give it credit for. So, and more importantly, the other way around doesn't work. It's not for anyone else's reference, and only for me, that I'm telling myself that what I am fearing for, the opposite of it doesn't work either. So there is no way this is gonna work. So just shut up and focus on different things that actually matter. And I think I should do better. I should, yeah. Now I'm taking Subsidy's advice again, and just gonna tell me that I must, must, must get my passport done, which I was in the process of, but then it got delayed. Now it's my turn to take the matters in my hand again and get it done. That's all I'm gonna say. I cannot turn this whatever this recording is into my to-do list, because that would be very dangerous. But I think I should make peace with the fact that I have to face the battle of this life on my own. The sooner I get stronger, the better, because we all make choices, and the choices come with opportunity costs, and this is the cost I am signed up to pay. So I have to just remind myself the terms and conditions of the choices I have made and stick to it. Like uh, a person. I was going to say like a man, but turns out I'm not one, which is something I should not be so surprised about. But what hell, it's only 15 minutes, so I think I'm gonna stop. But thank you for listening.